Welcome back to Fire to Fork, aka two blokes with a head for podcasts, sitting by a fire and drinking beers. So this week we're sitting down with Blair, aka Cowboy Tuned. I know this is not a cooking episode, this is a Fire to Talk. Cooking episodes will be back very soon, but until then, please enjoy this fully uncut interview with Blair. Kids, close your ears. For everyone else, crack a tin and enjoy. And as usual, don't forget to comment the code word somewhere in this episode. All right, I get to ask you some questions now. The questions that the internet wants to know or doesn't want to know. The questions you don't want to answer, all that fun shit.
If it's my followers, they're going to be some curly ones.
Yeah, there are some from your followers. I haven't put it on your, as you know, I put it on your other platform. Your OnlyFans.
Yeah.
So, first question I have is, what the fuck is wrong with you? So, by that I mean, how do you come up with this much stuff?
Basically because I'm out here by myself most of the time.
Yeah,
I've got a lot of time to think. And if you're alone with your thoughts, you may as well make them funny ones and try and make people laugh with them.
You put out so much content, it's unbelievable. I mean, I put out content for a living and I don't put out nearly as much as you.
Yeah, but yours is a lot more effort than me sitting on the toilet of a morning banging out a few memes.
That's true, yeah, I'll give you that. But it's super impressive. But they're consistently good. Like, it's not your quality of content. You put out more than meme share pages a lot of the time, and they're just stealing content. You're actually coming up with content. How often do you post?
Oh, probably depends on what I'm doing, but twice a day usually. Some days I don't post, but I've always got stuff stacked up that I can.
That's wild.
Post. I've got a notes file in my phone with things I might think of something when I'm riding around on a horse and think I'll do something with that later. Yeah. But yeah, most of my good work's done on the toilet.
Speaking of work, so what do you do for a living?
I'm a rural contractor, so basically cattle work, fencing, looking after people's farms for them. I've got a small group of clients that I service, and that keeps me busy all the time. Okay. Now, I assume there are 3 cows you look after or something? Because given the amount of time that you manage to spend on the internet. Someone accused me of that the other day, that I spend too much time, but it's not really that bad, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know what you mean.
I do still spend too much time on the internet like everyone else.
Yeah.
But yeah, the actual posting's not a huge thing. As I say, when I'm thinking things, I write them down.
Because your reaction time is amazing.
Oh yeah.
Something will happen in the morning, and I've seen you put up 10 memes about one thing that has happened just that day, and all of them are great. The factory tour one.
The which one?
The factory tour.
The factory tour, yeah.
Just boom, boom, boom,
yeah.
boom, boom.
That's the best thing about the industry, is there's always something to make fun of.
Yeah, always. And God, that factory tour one is so good. Now, is there some dark web friggin' meme lord society where you get your ideas for templates and stuff? Because you find templates really fast. Do you have to scroll a lot of memes, or do you?
Yeah, just follow a few meme pages and there's always templates around.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, do you find it hard to find them?
No, they're just follow the right pages, and the new stuff's always there.
Yeah, and one thing I like about memes is the worse the execution, the better.
That's
the
right,
worse the Photoshop, the worse the word replacement, the worse the all that kind of stuff, the better. If it's too clean, it's eh.
Yeah, you can see when corporate people try and do memes how they don't work.
Oh, they're perfect. Yeah, they're they're just there's no edge.
No, they're too perfect. That's just, and they fail. I think if any advice for corporate people is to just dumb it down.
Dumb it down.
Basically.
And some companies nail it.
Yeah, some
companies actually nail it, and you're okay. And I mean, Norwell's they are very funny.
Well, the thing about Norwell is they can take the piss out of themselves.
Yeah, and they do regularly, which is great. And they're very happy for other people to take the piss out of them.
And very happy to take the piss out of me.
Yes, always.
Yeah.
And so you take the piss out of a lot of people.
Has it ever like bitten you in the ass? Has anyone ever sort of like, have you ever been done by the woke police, or has anyone ever taken anything out of context? Or
Facebook takes stuff out of context all the time.
That's true, yeah.
That's the worst. People report me in the background, I'm sure. I can see on my Facebook business manager that every post I post, someone's reporting me. But it's just a matter of whether Facebook's AI or whatever pick it up.
Yeah.
They do, yeah. It is frustrating because, like, as I said earlier, I'm banned at the moment from advertising, or my posts are lower in the people's feeds because of a misunderstanding, and there's no way to get around it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a pain in the ass, isn't it?
Yeah. Especially when you're trying to make a bit of money out of it.
That's it.
Well.
Like, because, you know, you posting memes every day is, you know, which you do anyway, but you kind of like, well, you know, you sell your merch and that sort of stuff, and it is actually, like, I'm sure it's no longer actually a small thing. Like, you'd be pretty busy with it.
You've got I think I've got 100,000 on Facebook and 60,000 on Instagram, but that doesn't mean a thing.
No.
Doesn't matter. So what?
That doesn't mean anything.
No, having followers doesn't mean shit. You've just got to, if you want to, you got to make a bit of money out of it. Otherwise,
that's it. Otherwise, you're kind of wasting your time. To, you know, look, if you were loaded or whatever, you could be like, oh, screw it, I can't be bothered with that. If you had like some awesome passive income from something else, you might be able to be like, oh, screw it, like I won't bother, you know, doing that. But for your average person, you know, shit.
You're mad not to.
There's money sitting on the table.
Yeah.
And the other thing with merch, and this is something I think creators particularly initially misunderstand or are shy about, is people want to wear your merch because they like you and they want to feel associated with your team and your brand and that group of people. They want to walk down the street, see someone in a Cowboy tuned shirt and go, oh,
you're one of us.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, I see you. I see you.
Yeah.
Like,
and people do want to support you.
Yeah.
And that's really the only way they can do it. With someone like me, like, it's not like I've got a YouTube channel that's earning money.
Exactly.
You don't get any money for posting me.
No.
It's just
which
is fine. But I'm happy when people buy it. People buy a sticker off me. It keeps me going. That's all I need.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not trying to make it a living because I get banned too often. But I'm happy to get some beer money out of it.
Totally. I remember Casey Neistat talking about it, and he was like, 12 million followers and on YouTube, and he'd never done merch. And he was like, it's the dumbest thing I've ever done. He goes, I think back to when I was a kid and I was like skating and surfing, and he'd like agonize over like, should I buy globes or should I buy DCs? Because like, who are the surfers and skaters that I want to be like?
Yeah.
And which team do I want to belong to? And that was how you belong to a team, was like that association with that brand.
Yep.
It's like Yetis are the same, you know, that's another huge brand that like people are like, oh, I want to be like,
part of
I
the
buy
team.
quality stuff. Yeah. And so, like, I think selling merch is about like, it's a really good thing to do for a page like yours.
Yeah. Anyone too. If if you can build yourself a bit of a following, it's like, I've got my own site. So do you, but it's easy to put something on Shopify or whatever it is. It's not hard. Like, you may not be a millionaire out of it, but it's money you didn't have before.
As you say, it's good beer money.
Yeah.
Puts diesel in the tank and beer in your belly.
Let you spend money on stupid GQ patrols that you probably wouldn't be able to justify otherwise.
And your beautiful 4J.
Yeah.
Your Rodeo. That thing's a work of art.
The work bitch. Yeah.
So when are you going to 4J convert the patrol?
When it blows up.
Are you?
I probably will, yeah.
That would be so good.
Yeah. Well, there's a few around now. And by the time you rebuild a silver top, it's probably not that much more big of a deal to go to a 4J. And it'll blow up one day. Because they all do. There's no doubt about that.
That's so good. Because the body and stuff's mint.
Yeah, it's pretty clean. I think I'm the third owner.
How many Ks?
260.
Mate, that's fresh as a daisy. Of course it's going to hit you.
Yeah.
All right, so it burns the ground tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
What are you replacing it with?
79. No, just joking. Probably your Delica.
So burns the ground tomorrow. You've got the insurance money from like exactly how much that's insured for, whatever it is. What are you doing with that amount of money? Plus like $5,000 or something.
I'd probably get a G60 cab, which is the earlier model.
Yeah.
The earliest model Patrol, and put it on a GQ or a GU chassis.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Go full old school.
Yeah. I just like the look of them.
Yeah, they are cool. They're very cool.
Yeah.
Well, that's what the Sidetrack boys are doing at the moment.
Have they got one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And I think they're putting it on a GQ chassis.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
There's another one I just saw.
And Graham's got his.
Barra G. Yeah, Graham's got one. There's one fella that's put a Barra in one.
Oh, yeah.
He's on Instagram. I can't remember his Insta name, sorry. But yeah, they're just a cool old thing.
They're
Graham's
super
got I wouldn't call it nice, but he's got one. They give it a
He
fair
doesn't
hiding.
call it nice either.
Because he's bought one, they'll be too expensive again now.
Yeah. That'll be $50,000 now.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. So it burns the ground tomorrow. Money's no object. What are you buying?
Are you probably a Unimog?
Oh, yeah.
Not a shitty one. One from
Oh, yeah. No, like
Uni Dan.
Yeah,
Have you
yeah.
seen them?
Yeah, the Unitons. They're great.
500,000. That if money's no object, that's what I
Yeah.
have. Yeah, they do some nice stuff.
Oh, it's funny, like, talking about like the woke police and stuff. I always send Bo from Outback Cleanups Snapchats of me just like getting a can, finishing it, and then just like throwing it in the bush. Now, obviously, I go pick the can up, but if you ever saw that out of context, like if someone ever got that video of me just like...
He does a good job. There's someone that everyone should support.
He should, yeah. Everyone should support him.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good people doing it now, which is good.
Yeah.
A lot of companies getting on board, which is really nice. Have you got any memes that you thought were absolute duds that just went nuts? Well, not duds, but like you just thought like, it's okay.
Sometimes the way I see it is some of them, for some reason, I've got no idea why, they'll get into America.
Yeah.
And then they'll go off their tits. They'll get 20 million views.
Yeah, okay.
But I don't know why it happens.
So it's only the ones that get into America, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just basically there's just so many more people
Population,
over there.
yeah.
Yeah. But I don't know why. Whether it gets shared to an American group or something and then it gets traction.
Yeah. So I guess the more Australian ones wouldn't do.
They don't understand our language.
And yeah, well, you're very niche as well. Like,
yeah.
Some of the stuff you joke about, like there have been memes where I'm like, I work in the industry and
still don't get it.
I'm like, oh, that one went over my head.
Yeah.
Rare, but it has happened, and I'm
Yeah.
like, didn't get that one.
Well, specific things about people's cars, like the name of the oil filters on one of those. Only the people that own one of those are going to get it.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, like I've got a vacuum line on my
yeah,
on my alternator or whatever.
Yeah, that's right. That's exactly right. Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. So yeah,
but I'm only speaking to those people when I'm doing that post. No one else is going to get it.
Yeah, I mean, I know enough about mechanics to get like most of that stuff.
Yeah.
But even some of them I'm like, oof, that's right at the edge of my knowledge.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, the posts that are more general they reach more people, but that's not what I'm doing.
No. The niche stuff is what makes it's like making 10% of them absolutely delighted.
Yeah. The ones that like the cob loaf memes always go ballistic because everyone knows.
Yeah.
It's not just four-wheel drive people that know what that is.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't know why some things go better than others. Some things are funnier than others. You can't be funny all the time, but it's just how the Facebook algorithm works. Reels are a different thing now.
Yeah, you're getting into video, aren't you?
Well, Instagram only shows reels now.
Yeah.
It's pretty much why I do it.
Yeah, but they are very good. That Bunnings ad was so good.
Yeah, that was good. What's going on, legends? Check out our four-wheel drive and camping specials to help your dad enjoy his weekend. Fully adjustable flare kit. 37-inch tyre fitting device. Reusable diff locking tool. Snorkel pipe bends salt separately. Campfire starter for those cold nights. Finally, our Raptor painting set for those smooth finishes. I was pretty proud of that. So were some other people when they shared it on their page.
Shared it on TikTok.
Yeah, anyway. I'm not on TikTok, so I can't really complain, can I?
No, that's all right.
Maybe one day.
You'll do it. You have to do it.
It's just another more time on the internet that I probably don't need to spend.
It's not that bad in terms of, like, because you can actually post to Instagram from TikTok.
Oh, okay.
So you can make your TikTok, make your reel on TikTok, and then just go post to both.
Yeah.
So it's not too bad, and you can put it on Facebook.
As well.
Yeah.
I've got my Facebook and my Instagram pages separate because if they ban me for one, they can't get me for the other, but if they're linked,
they
can get you.
That's a good idea.
Like it happened to Danny Mon when her Facebook page got hacked, they took her Instagram page as well. So
oh, really?
That's probably something for someone with a business page. Maybe think about not having them linked.
Mine's connected. Shit, I might change that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's easier when they are connected because you can just post from one to the other.
Yeah, which is what I really like doing because I don't go on Facebook very much. But
yeah.
So
I use the Facebook for the Facebook Business Manager, which is the advertising part of it, and that posts to Instagram.
Okay.
But I don't want them both.
Yeah.
Together, because it's too easy to get got, and then you've got nothing.
Yeah. So you know this is it's a hobby, but it's also a bit of a business.
Yeah.
Do you find it hard to like manage that side of things and like?
It's hard because I'm at work every day out here. You've got to come home and then pack orders and things. You've just got to.
Yeah.
If you want to make extra money, you've got to do the extra time. That's just how it is.
I mean more like as in you don't want to be like too commercial and too, we've all watched people who like, they start out small and you're like, oh, this is great. And then all of a sudden they've got like 10 brands on board and they're like super sellout and all that stuff.
Yeah, I just think it's sad when someone who started off so authentic just sells out. Like, have a bit of self-respect, honestly.
Yeah, I agree. Sorry, you're awfully far away. Like, can you hear me better if I just use this?
Yeah, that's much better.
Oh, it's very clear on these radios, isn't it?
Yeah, they are GME radios. This pink one is for the McGrath Foundation. What's yours for?
Oh, this one's for Beyond Blue.
That's amazing.
Sure is, and 5 watts of power. All right, so in this episode, genuinely though, so GMA gave us this stuff because it's funny. If you do want to win one of these, comment the code word down below. It'll be somewhere in this episode, and we will actually send you one of these exact radios.
And a portion of these, I think it's 10% of these radios goes to the 2 foundations. So.
Yeah, not a portion of these ones. These ones are free.
Not these ones, yes.
I know what you mean though, like it is like some pages you follow for a while and then you're like, oh man, like what are you doing? Like some of the shit that people start to plug and because I know particularly because I get approached by the same companies.
Yeah. And
you go, oh man, like I know exactly what they make you do. I know what they're offering. And it's not, I mean, there's no amount that's good enough to like ruin your brand, but
no.
The problem is that the gear is shit. Like I've been sent gear that is just absolute garbage.
Yeah.
And then I always say to the brands, like, I need to use it for a few months first, and then I'll let you know if it's shit or good. And I see people, it arrives in the box, they unbox it, and they recommend it. And you're like, nah, mate, like, what are you doing? I know because I tested it that it's shit. You're going to quickly figure out that it's shit, but you've already recommended it.
Yeah, so it goes against your reputation.
Yeah.
Everyone's got to make a living in it. I know I joke about it a lot, but I don't begrudge anyone for selling out. But you've just got to, don't be cringe about it, that's all.
Yeah, you're not a tall poppy.
No. It may look like that sometimes, but I'm just commenting on what I see to make it funny.
Yeah.
And I realise that you've got to make a living. If this is what you do for a living, you're not going to make it just out of YouTube. You've got to
100%.
You've got to be selling stuff as well.
Yeah, 100%.
And the companies need somewhere to sell it.
Yep. And they're amazing platforms.
Yeah.
Like you can access hundreds of thousands of people.
Yeah.
Much more powerful than TV these days.
Anyone who advertises on TV, people aren't watching TV, they're watching YouTube.
And I'm on TV and I know it's not as powerful as YouTube. It's just, I mean, it's fine, but it's not as powerful as YouTube.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, just don't make people roll their eyes.
Yeah.
Don't go, a lot of people have been asking me on your story, you know what I mean?
Don't worry guys, we're going to be off grid for 3 days. No one cares.
No one cares. No one cared, really. Oh, some people did, but not a lot of people cared when I lost my page and I was off grid for freaking 8 months. You realise that not a lot of people care about you when that happens.
Yeah, that's true.
Don't be too full of yourself because you can be gone in a minute.
Yeah, I'm gonna get I can't deal with wearing a big brand on my chest. I'm gonna change.
You're gonna go. I'm gonna leave it on.
I just want a flannel. And I really like jamming. I love jamming actually, but still, well, that camera's gonna be awfully smoky.
It'll make me look better.
Well, it's on me, so.
Oh, well, that'll definitely make me look better.
Yeah. You work as a farming contractor. When was the last time you woke up after 9 a.m?
After 9 a.m?
Yeah.
Never. Never, ever, ever.
Like when you were a kid, when you were a teenager, like.
I'll probably, when I've stayed in bed hungover after 9 a.m, but I'd probably still be awake. Yeah, no.
What time do you wake up?
Oh, not that. I'm up at like 5:30 every day.
Early.
Not too bad.
Yeah.
I'm glad I don't work at a dairy or something like that. They're up a lot earlier.
3
than that.
or whatever.
Yeah.
So what does the first hour of your day look like?
Oh, get up and have me coffee, and then I'm pretty much gone. I have to travel a fair way to get to my clients. Like from here, my place to this place is probably an hour.
Yeah. Okay.
So, yeah, depending on what I'm doing, I'm out of there and on my way.
Yeah. No, fair.
It's a pretty varied job. You could be working cattle or fencing or on the tractor somewhere. It's just, it's good like that. There's a lot of, you're never doing the same thing every day.
Yeah.
Which I enjoy. I used to be a office person, much like you.
Okay.
I was a building estimator for 15 years or something.
All right. Did you go to uni?
No, it was TAFE.
Okay.
Yeah. But I just got sick of it.
Yeah.
It was in the office every day. I work for really good people, but I just got sick of worrying about other people's money. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, you get sick of making rich people richer as well.
Yeah, I didn't mind making my boss rich, but it was just, it's pretty stressful being an estimator. Well, you were involved with money too, you know what it's like.
Yeah.
And we always used to come up here, actually, was one of the places we used to come and camp.
Yeah, okay.
And at one point we were joking over 27 beers that they were looking for someone, and we said, oh, we'll do it. And we pretty much happened.
Just did?
Yeah. So I couldn't ride a horse or anything when I came up here.
Really?
And I probably still can't, but it was a pretty tough learning curve for probably a year.
Yeah.
From going to an office job to riding horses and working big hours in the sun. And yeah, it's just a pretty steep learning curve.
Huge learning curve. Should we put some shit
We better.
undercover?
Yep.
It's raining. There you go, mate. Put your cocktail in there. This is a Bunster's coffee, what is it? Coffee...
Long black tinny.
Long black teeny. There you go.
And we're back.
They're bloody good, actually. Yeah, sorry, pissed down with rain because New South Wales. Have you ever had a really embarrassing haircut? I always put up the photo of you with the mullet, but I don't think that was your actual mullet. Was it?
No. I've still got that mullet wig. Yes, I have. Once, when I was just about to go on a course for a week, my wife was cutting my hair and forgot to put the thing on the end of the shaver and shaved the strip up the back of my head. So I went to a course with a fucking racing stripe up to the top of my head, completely bald.
Good.
So yes,
good.
That did not go down well.
Excellent.
Yeah. But yeah, that mullet wig I've still got somewhere.
That mullet wig's brilliant. All right, Now, not the most embarrassing, but the worst car you've ever owned.
Pajero.
That's both. What's more embarrassing, the Pajero or the Triton?
Fuck off. The worst thing I did was add you to my fucking friends list. There's a reason I make jokes about all these cars.
Yeah, it's because you've had them.
Because I've had them. I'd say the
How do you know so much about Pajeros?
the Triton was all right. The Pajero was embarrassing, particularly when it spun a bearing on the way home from camping down at Yass, and I had to rebuild it.
Diesel, petrol?
Petrol.
This engine?
No, the 3 litre, which is...
That's the 3 litre.
That is the 3 litre, is it?
Yeah.
Piece of shit.
Shit.
They came with worn valve stem seals from factory.
Great.
Yeah. The 3.5's all right, but yeah. Well, you know. You've had some problems with that
already.
What
are you talking about? Mine's been flawless. Starts 5th go every time.
Why didn't you go the diesel? Just
the diesel, I found, had a lot more weak points. You know, it's little things that can go that cause catastrophic failure.
Yeah.
Petrol's simple, right? Like it's got, you know, breaking a balancer bolt could happen on the diesel, but, you know, like there could be a leak in the intercooler that then causes it to friggin' hydrolock.
Yeah.
You know, if it gets water in it and condensation and that kind of thing. And, you know, it's just, there were like a lot of little things that can break in the diesel that cause really bad failures.
Our Triton, the worst thing that happened with that, it was a 2.8 diesel. We were on our way to Gladstone to go on a fishing trip to Swains Reef on like a liveaboard thing. And we were staying in a nice caravan park in Noosa on the way up, and the oil pressure sensor decided to leak 10 litres or 5 litres of oil onto the car park in our unit that we were staying in.
That's a lot of oil.
Or whatever oil was in it, it leaked it all out.
Jesus.
That was a known fault in them, to just piss all the oil out the oil pressure sender.
Lovely.
Yeah, so that nearly ruined our trip, but we managed to get there just in time before the boat left. Yeah, so Mitsubishis, other than them, they can piss off. But I'll still have one of them one day.
They're just so fun.
Yeah.
They're so ridiculous and they're so practical. I remember telling my wife one day, I was like, one day I am going to find a reason to buy a Delica for Fire to Fork. And she was like, whatever. Did I tell you about that?
No.
This is not related to the interview, but it's just a funny story. So a large Japanese car manufacturer. So first things first, I really wanted to do some trips on the East Coast. A large Japanese car manufacturer, which I won't name, offered me a brand new dual cab ute, one that you'd own, and to keep. And I had to just do trips on the East Coast for 2 years. Not constantly, just like I do with the Delica. So I went to my wife and I was like, we can get a free car. And she was like, would you do that, or are you doing it because the car's free? And I was like, shit.
Yeah.
Because the car's free. I was like, you know what would be better content? A Delica. And it would be funnier and more me. So I turned down a $60,000 car.
Yeah,
and bought an $8,000 piece of shit.
Yeah.
Put another 15 into it. And
good decision.
Here we are.
Yeah.
And I don't regret it for a second.
No.
I'm $83,000 opposite direction.
Yeah. No,
but I'm making content that I like.
Yeah. And it's a talking point.
Yeah. Oh, that was a hard thing to say no to. That's one of the hardest things I've ever had to say no to.
Yeah. Actually, just call me. Whatever you're going to give to him, give it to me. I'll be right.
It's got a 4J.
Oh, has it? That narrows it down. Be careful.
To 2 cars.
To 2.
So yeah, you'd have it.
Yeah, right.
I know you'd have it.
Well, unnamed car manufacturer, give me a call.
What's the dumbest thing you've ever been zucked over?
Oh, that's...
So zucked is being banned on Instagram or Facebook.
I know who asked that question, and it would have been calling Nathan Little, who's bad179 on Insta, a bitch.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that it? You just called him a bitch?
I called him a bitch. I just said bitch, which he is, a bitch.
He's a little bitch, yeah.
So it wasn't like I was lying.
No.
But that's it. That's one. That would be the worst one.
Jeez.
The latest ban was for saying that, what was it?
ISIS and the Taliban drive 79s?
Yeah, I said the the fact that ISIS and the Taliban own 79s tells me all I need to know about them. And I've been banned for a month
Yeah.
for that.
It's ridiculous. You got banned for using a meme with the actor playing
Pablo Escobar.
Pablo Escobar.
Yeah.
Like, it was so vanilla.
Yeah, I know. It's just AI going overboard,
Yeah.
basically. But yeah, you just got to. It's a shame because you've got to self-censor yourself because you just never quite know unless you're just posting a pretty picture of something, you never know what's going to get you.
Yeah. Yeah. And like I get it blocks me from bantering with you sometimes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
If
well,
I
you
want to
can't-
write fuck that, it'll block me.
That's right. Yeah. You can't say anything, which is a shame.
Yeah.
You can see why they do it because they're trying to filter out really bad stuff. And
Yeah.
there's so many people on the platform, but they just it's overboard.
There's a setting where you can block all messages, not just strangers' messages, all messages that the AI thinks might have abuse in them. And I was like, oh my God, none of my friends would be able to message me.
I'll be sitting there by myself.
Like, oi, shithead. What the fuck have you done there? Like, just all the, like, that's how we speak to each other.
That's right.
It's endearment. Like, that's just...
And that's the part of the problem is whoever's running it just doesn't understand the context.
Yeah, that's it.
AI doesn't understand context. And anyone in America wouldn't get half the jokes that, like, calling someone a bitch is
That's
the joke.
Yeah, and really minor and like...
And deserved.
Yeah. You can call someone a C-bomb and no one cares.
No, that's right. We won't say it here, but that's the old saying
That's the only thing that YouTube will put you in your dirty books for.
Is the C-bomb.
Is the C-bomb. Yeah, I mean, you can put it on YouTube, absolutely, but it's actually classified as hate speech.
Yeah,
so
right.
it's the same as using the N-word or something like that. Like that's the classification that they put it in. So it's like, this is a very dangerous video. And I was
Well,
like,
here
okay.
if you're more likely if you're calling someone mate here, that's worse
Champ?
than the C or champ.
Champ,
worse
that's
than
the
C-bomb.
real C-bomb.
That's right.
That's the real C-bomb.
Is our thing
Still
spinning?
spinning.
I wonder if you can see it on camera.
I wonder. Oh, look. You can't, but I'm gonna frame it up so you can. There we go. There we go.
Stop now.
That's it. Oh, look at that gorgeous scene with that ugly bastard in the front of it.
Pretty shit spot, isn't it?
So good, man. So good. What do you watch on YouTube?
To be honest, not a lot because, as I said to you off camera, we live in the boonies on satellite internet and we just don't have the download to be able to watch it. But I like Tyler Thompson's stuff.
Yeah.
I think he's
Yeah.
not over the top and
Yeah.
pretty informative.
Yeah, I agree.
Brady
Nice
Moss,
guy.
like everyone else.
Yeah.
I listen to a lot of podcasts when I'm out by myself
Oh, of course. Yeah,
working
yeah.
here. That's what I do a lot of.
Yeah.
A lot of inappropriate shit.
Good. It's funny because I often ask people in the industry what they watch, and they'll be like, "Oh, knitting videos," or it'd just be something
completely different.
unrelated to forward driving. I've got a heap from Instagram. So, although weirdly enough, not as many as I usually get. I don't know why. Don't know why. Maybe because you're shadow banned.
Possibly. That wouldn't surprise me.
Jack Davidson won. How did he start becoming the forward drive meme lord?
How?
Yeah, just throw shit at the wall.
No, it's a long story. There's a certain diesel workshop in the Southern Highlands who is not a great fan of any AFR in a diesel under 20 to 1. And,
I know the one.
and likes to fight the internet.
Yeah.
And he had a fight with the internet and I pretty much made myself his arch nemesis years ago. To his credit, he's never complained or anything like that. He's always sort of gone along with it.
Yeah, okay.
And it's all started from there, basically.
That's so funny.
Rustling his jimmies and then it went from there. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it must have been 5 years ago now, I think.
That's really funny. I discovered you when you were ripping the piss out of someone with a Y62,
Oh yeah, yeah.
and you just like, your responses were just absolutely like on point every time. And I was like, holy shit, what is this? Like, what is Cowboy Tune? Like, is this tuning page? And I like open it up and it's like Australia's favourite fictitious tuning page. And I was like,
Well, they were
brilliant.
just, when I first started hassling them, they went off their brain. They are. That's why I call them the cult.
The
They-
Y62s?
Yeah, they really took it to heart. Like some of them were making fake pages, and
Oh, really?
yeah,
Wow.
they really did not like it.
Is it like Andrew St. Pierre White and the Pajero drivers?
Sorry?
Do you know about Andrew St. Pierre White
No.
and the Pajero drivers? He reckons they are like a cult. He's like, they basically like ran him out of the industry nearly.
Pajero drivers.
Yeah. They were nuts. Just internet nuts.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Normally they're not allowed on the internet. They've got their access restricted for
Yeah.
certain reasons.
Yeah. Definitely not allowed to log into school Wi-Fi.
No, definitely not.
How's the Norwell sponsorship going from
Fantastic.
Kegs? Is that
Yeah,
like short for Kegels or something? Jeez.
Couldn't be happy with my Norwell sponsorship where I get nothing and accept abuse and the odd free dinner.
I've got the same deal.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it? And the odd bag of Router Swarf.
Yeah, that was very funny.
Yeah. So
Oh,
thanks,
I got
Norwell.
a stubby holder out of them.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
And I drank a bunch of Isaac's beers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, don't worry, I'll get my money's worth. There's no canopy, but there's plenty of other stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're a good bunch of blokes, and they're one of the companies that can have a laugh.
They can, yeah. They really can.
And that's important, I think.
The photoshopped photo of
Wow.
my Delica with the thing, they shared that. They loved it.
Yeah.
What is your ultimate touring machine, and why is it a John Deere 6310? From Lockie Grant 21.
That would be good. The ultimate touring machine's that travelling Jackaroo with his Chamberlain. Have you seen him?
Oh,
With the
amazing.
plane on top? That's the ultimate.
It's a 9G. And my in-laws have a 9G.
Yeah, okay.
And I'm always like, Also, I've driven a 9G, so I know how slow it is.
Oh, it'd be a terrible thing to
It's
touring.
turboed.
Is it?
Yeah, he's turboed his. So it probably does like 45.
Yeah.
I think my in-laws does 40.
Imagine the
But
noise.
he's towing.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
He's got more shit hanging off that than a 79
Yeah.
series.
You get that in the big jobs? Would you rather fight a Yowie or a Bunyip?
Probably a Bunyip because Yowies aren't real, but Bunyips are.
Yeah, true. Oh,
You're getting gassed.
I'm getting fucked. You know, it's funny, I can usually sit in the smoke really well, and I think it's the different wood that I'm not used to.
Yeah, right. Might be a bit green.
So I'll just lean forward on the rockers. Yeah,
I
so I
won't
got a
laugh
rocking
if you
chair. It's way more stable with the rockers.
Is it?
Because they're longer.
You can go a fair bit back before you go ass over tit.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see you later tonight.
I think they're on backwards actually. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, they're shorter at the back.
Why do you have a thing against Americans ordering products? You can probably guess who wrote that.
I don't. I've sorted that out. That'd be Nathan. Yeah. It's done. You can order if you're in America now. Calm down.
Visitor coming to the Oz for the first time, what's a week-long visit? What's the first stop? For a week-long visit, what's the first stop?
If you're only here for a week.
Yeah, this is Nathan as well. Just come to WA, mate.
Yeah, I
Come
haven't
to
been
WA.
to WA, so I can't-
We'll take you camping.
Yeah. My favourite spot on the east coast is Pebbly Beach. No, Pebbly Beach, just north of Coffs here, is
Yeah, okay.
beautiful. Good fishing
I
spot.
need to head back there.
Yeah,
Or
definitely.
head there.
Everyone's been there.
When will you both go and buy a Land Rover and go on adventures together?
I have a guilty pleasure about Land Rovers.
Oh, I'd love one.
Yeah.
Oh, they're so fantastically unreliable, but
yeah.
so sexy.
I saw a Land Rover ute for sale the other day. I like the look of.
There's just this romance about them.
Yeah.
Like I can't get it out of my head.
But you just know you're going to get let down.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like they make the Delica look reliable.
Yeah. The people that
Genuinely.
own them would say The honest ones would say yes, but the diehards will tell you no. that they're good.
Yeah. They're like, it's a disease.
Yeah.
What's it like being the most influential anti-influencer ever from Ty Dom?
It's good, but the problem with being an anti-influencer is you don't make any money out of influencing. Like my invite for all the four-wheel drive show must have got lost in the mail again.
You can come to the four-wheel drive. I'll say that on behalf of the four-wheel drive show. You are welcome to come to any four-wheel drive show in Sydney, Adelaide or Perth.
Oh, thanks.
You could.
I could, but yeah, I can't be bothered, to be honest.
Yeah.
I just don't take it that seriously, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's always been a bit of a joke for me. But maybe that'll change, I don't know.
Are you surprised by the cult following?
Yeah. I just do what I do. I don't really care about how many followers I've got, as long as I'm making whoever's there happy.
Yeah.
But I would say, if I don't make you happy and you don't like it, just piss off. Don't. Fucking hell. You don't have to follow us.
That's a big one, isn't it? I've had people on my page, and I get like an abusive DM, and I'm like, look back, and I'm like, mate, this guy he's only ever said really negative, like quite intensely negative stuff to me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, mate, you're clearly not enjoying the content. Like, if you don't
Just
enjoy
leave.
it, it's like, for your own mental health, just go.
Yeah.
And I actually do I'm not a big fan of blocking people. I find it's a bit much.
Yeah.
I just do the remove follower, and they just don't follow you anymore.
Yeah.
So it just doesn't show up in their feed. If they look for you, if they then come and seek you out later on and then add you again, that's on them.
What are you doing?
That's on them.
Yeah.
But I'm like, look, I think your life will be better. I think you'll be happier if you don't follow me.
Yeah.
So remove.
Yeah, people just like to be unhappy sometimes, I think, which is
Yeah.
stupid. Just get a life.
Oh,
Move on with your life.
yeah. And that's the thing. And I'm like, man, I'm doing this for you. I don't care about one or two followers, like, obviously.
Yeah.
I don't care about 1,000 followers, to be honest. Like, I'd prefer to have a bunch of happy people.
Yeah, you'd
following
prefer to have
me.
100 happy people than 200 and 100 don't like you.
Exactly. Yeah. All right. So I think that's pretty much all the questions we've actually got time for. Or it's all the questions we've got. But
All the questions that you can ask.
all the questions I can ask, there are a bunch of really messed up ones on the internet that will not get repeated on here. So thank you all so much for watching. Remember to comment the code word somewhere down below. I don't know what the code word will be yet because I make it up. And you can win a radio and a copy of my book. And we'll throw in a Cowboy tune sticker.
Yeah. Yeah.
Perfect.
No worries.
Done. All right. Thank you
Awesome.
so much for watching.
Thank you.
You!
You!